right, so sorry about that. All right, so let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen and we'll start. Please confirm if you can just react. All right, so I'll go ahead and start. Please, can you like indicate maybe with emojis or something if you can see my screen? Hello, can you hear me? All right, thank you. Actually, cool. So, on today's topic of mobile application development, we'll be exploring mobile application development careers. So, as we all know, like mobile application development industry is booming, right? And then that creates like numerous opportunities for skilled professionals, where we have a lot of jobs out there that we can apply to, and be it native or cross-platform, Flutter, React, and so on and so forth, right? But then the thing there is this: how do you navigate that part? Like, how do you apply for jobs, um, and the likes? So that's what we'll be discussing today together. So again, career path, right? This is very important. I mean, you want to know what you want to do, right? You have to know what you want to do. So the first one is like, you have to choose a path. Are you going for like cross-platform, or you want to stay native? Right? If you're going for cross-platform, that means you have to know either Flutter, React. There are like a whole lot of cross-platform stuff, right? But then React and Flutter is like very popular. So, and then they have like a lot of opportunities compared to like others. Or you can decide to like go native, and then you have to learn Swift or Kotlin. So that's one. And then the other one is like UI UX. I mean, every app you see out there is designed by someone. You don't just open your VS Code or your Android Studio or S Code and just start coding. They have to be like some designs. So that's like design those screens, and then you as a developer bring that content to life. So that's another part, right? And then to but either you want to be like a mobile UI UX designer, or you want to be like a developer. You have to actually choose. Do you want to be a full-time developer, or you just want to freelance? So freelancing has its like its benefits, and the full-time also has its benefit. So one of the benefits of full-time is that you get to know that at the end of the month you have something. But freelance, there will be days where you have a lot, and there will be days where you have little or not. So, but either one, you have to like decide yourself and be like, okay, I think freelance works best for me. Oh no, I want to be a full-time developer. I mean, you have to decide, right? So, job search strategies for mobile developers. One of them is like you have to network. I mean, that's why you have to like go to tech event. So when you hear like they say, oh, there's this Flutter conference coming up, buy ticket, attend, network with people. I mean, networking goes a long way. I will tell you one thing, like my very first job in the mobile space was actually through a referral. So a friend of mine referred me for the position, and that's why that's how I get started. So if that network wasn't there, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll still be somewhere like still banging my head on the keyboards and still trying to like figure life out. So you have to really network, attend events, um, learn about emerging trends, get insight into potential job openings. So networking goes a long way, right? Another thing is like, you utilize this online job search like Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Indeed. I use LinkedIn a lot, and you'll be surprised, right? So I got my first foreign role with LinkedIn. So yeah. Um so yeah, you can get job from LinkedIn. Might be hard, but yet it's doable. Very, very possible. All right. Again, it has to do with like the network of people you have, the people you are connecting with. Um, the third one is like develop a strong portfolio that showcase your skills and experience. You want to put your portfolio out there, list out all the applications you have built in the past. The one that is live, like on App Store or Play Store. Just want to like include the link to that application, so that way potential like recruiter can check out, see how helpful you are in the process, and they'll be like, yeah, we need this kind of person on our team. So yeah, so you want to just build stuff, get them out there, include them in your portfolio. That'll open doors as well. Um, so what are the daily responsibility of a mobile application developer? Well, it's quite simple, right? So the first one is like front end and back end development, but this is what writing code to create user interface and adding data interaction with server backend through APIs. So mobile application development is not just about creating beautiful UIs. You have to like handle the interaction and then communicate with the server. So that's why you see all these loading states, like you trigger an action on your mobile app, and then you see it goes into a loading state, and then it tells you, oh, sorry, something went wrong, or oh, your request is successful. So that's like the communication between the front end and back end is happening at that time, right? Um, so debugging and testing. Every developer should have a debugging skills. I mean, if you're a good developer without knowing how to debug, then I don't know. Then obviously your debugging skills has to be like top notch, right? So you have to know how to use a whole lot of stuff to debug. I've seen people use print statement, and I've seen people use like this debugger, like breakpoints, adding breakpoints in code, and then traversing and know where the issues coming from. Right? You have to learn how to embrace error messages. So you see all these error messages terminal, and they'll be like, oh wow, what again? Just let two things do that actually fix the problem. I mean, the solution lies in the error message. So you have to learn how to embrace it. Don't think of it as like, oh man, I failed again. No, just check the terminal. Look at the int, copy, paste on Google, research. In the previous class we had, I actually made mention of like you having the good search skills. That will also go a long way. Yeah, I mean you can go on Google and then be like, okay, Google Docking, and then you get like a whole sheet for Google Docking. That will help you like narrow your searches on Google, and then help you filter out the nonsense that you don't actually need in the search result. I mean, and even now it's even a lot easier now that it's like AI. You can just open ChatGPT and be like, hey ChatGPT, what do you think this error is? But I found out like using ChatGPT is not maybe I'm old fashioned, but it's not really helpful, right? You have this error and then it's like pointing you to like a different part, that's crazy. So, and the next one is like the next one is collaboration. I mean, those are like the three major things you will do day to day as a product team, product managers, other developers. You might not be the only mobile developer on the team, so you want to like collaborate with the other mobile developer and be like, okay, and then collaborate. You also collaborate with the backend developers as well. So because yeah, those are the ones that handle like whatever is going on the server. And so effective communication and teamwork is very, very crucial. So either you're working as a freelancer, you want to go like full time. Either way, you need that communication skills. Okay, so resume tips for mobile developers. Um, so when building out your resume, you want to highlight the technical skills you have, such as programming languages. If you know Swift, put it there. If you know Kotlin, put it there. Java, put it there. Even if the position is for a Swift developer, and then you know all these other languages. I mean, just straight in there, it might go a long way, right? If you also like, know frameworks like React, Flutter, and even development tools like Android Studio, it might be something as it might you might think like understanding um development tools like S Code, Android Studio, VS Code is not important, but I'll tell you today, it is actually important. I mean, it's a lifesaver if you know how to use them properly, right? It helps a lot. And so another thing is you want to include working mobile applications or projects that demonstrate your ability to design, build, and deploy functional apps. So this is where you put like your previous experiences where you built like any application that you work on. You want to get the link, put it there. Maybe you just have like a project subheading, and then just put it under there. So, and another thing and then the last one here is like, you want to tailor your resume for each job application. So, another thing I noticed in the industry is that people often do spray and pray. So, you have one generic CV that you have, and then you just go on LinkedIn, add that CV there. Any job application that you see, you just apply with that same CV. I mean, you don't want to do that. So, maybe with your current CV, you're emphasizing on, let's say, TDD, right? Test driven development. And then maybe in the job application, they need, domain driven development. And then, or they need you to actually know like state management like block or riverport. And then in your CV, like you're not making mention of these things. So do you think like they are going to reach out about to you? No, they'll be like, you are good, but you're not enough. So you want to like go through the job description and then tailor your CV, yeah, to that job description. I mean, if you have the money, you can even like pay for this LinkedIn Premium. They have this AI tools that when you're applying for a job, you can just tell it that, okay, I want to generate a new CV for me that will match this job description, and then it will do that for you. I don't have to like go every time and be doing a manual grown to work. But yeah, you get the idea. So one CV, one application, one CV, one application, one CV, one application. So you don't want to like use one application for all of them, like one language rule them all. You don't want to do that. So interview preparation. So the first step is like you have to apply to that job. And then when you get like a call back and be like, wow, we are intrigued with your CV, we would like to move on, to the next step. And then that next step is interview. So, you have to there are things that you have to do to prepare. Number one is practice code challenge. So you want to go to like HackerRank, Let's Code, Code War. I mean, even if you are not preparing for interview, you should like have accounts with this platform, right? I mean, you want to just go there when you're less busy, solve a problem. Um, as you're solving problems, you get to like it's like you want to familiarize yourself with common technical interview questions related to mobile development. You can just go to like you can go online and be like, okay, maybe applying for a senior role and just be like, what are the questions to expect from an interview? You know, and then you put the role there and just study those questions. If you can answer them off the top of your head, great. If you can't, then that means you need to do a lot of work. Amarashi, say something.
Mommy, AI amanhã tive. Mommy, AI amanhã tive.
Okay, let's continue. So prepare examples of your past experience in team collaboration, problem solving, and handling complex projects. I mean, like recruiters often ask like, okay, what is like the most challenging project you've ever worked on? How do you overcome that challenge? I mean, those kind of like answers to those kind of questions should be at the top of your head and just be like, okay, this is the the most difficult project I've worked on. This is how I overcome it. This is what I learned in the process. And and yeah, it should be good. Actual content. So first one is not optimizing your app portfolio for different platforms. Um, so I think we covered this with the whole CV thing, whereby you use one CV for one application and you're not doing spray and pray, where you're using one CV for like all the applications. You don't want to do that. So if you're like a cross-platform developer, you want to make sure that, okay, if you list out like an application that, okay, this application is working on iOS, I mean, you have to also list it out for like the Android part, so that way they know that, okay, compatibility is a thing to you. I mean, you understand the concept, and then you're using it right. So, and you have to make sure your app is also responsive. It's not like you build the app using iPhone 16 Pro Max, and then a user is using 13 mini, and the old tests are flying everywhere, right? So that's bad. you know that's part of optimization. You have to make sure that the app is responsive and everything. um so when failing to stay updated with the industry trend and technology, that's another one. So for example, if you're like a native Android developer and then you're still using Java and you don't know anything about Kotlin, at this point you are wrong. So you need to learn. It's continuously learn. You have to continuously learn a new language. You have to keep on learning and learning and learning and learning. That's one thing I like about software engineering, like development in general. So there's always new things to learn. There is always duty to learn. There's always something new that's coming out. There's always something new that is out already that you have to learn and keep yourself updated with. So yeah, you have to keep yourself updated. And the last one is like poorly prepared for common coding challenges during interview. Like I said, so even if you don't have any interview coming up, have accounts on lead codes, rank, and the likes. Just go there, practice your algorithmic thinking, and then yeah, it should be good. So even when interview just pop out of nowhere, you'll be like, yeah, I'm good to go. Let's do this. So yeah, those are the common mistakes you want to avoid when you're job hunting. So conclusion, navigating a successful career in mobile development. So one is career goals. So set ambitious goals for your career growth, such as moving into the leadership roles like lead developer or mobile architect. That's when you're like you're moving to the top dogs. So the top ranks where you just be like, okay, I'm going to architect how this mobile application is going to be structured, and then the developers have to follow that structure. Yeah, that's like when you have. And then the next one is like future trends. Embrace emerging technologies such as AI, AR, cloud development, blockchain, to stay competitive and adapt to evolving industry landscape. So, like I said, you have to keep on learning. If any new stuff comes out, learn it. If it like even if it doesn't interest you, just get yourself to learn it. I mean, you might need it one day. So, um, growth mindset. You have to have that growth mindset. Like I said, so even if like there's this new trend, let's say for example, there's like blockchain. They're like, I don't do blockchain. I don't think I'll be needing that. Baba, just like create time, learn it, like just go through the process of learning it. Even if you just know the fundamental, which will go a long way. The your next application might be centered around blockchain, and then they'll just bring a question will just pop out about it, and then that's it. You're not getting that job. So um you have to always, you have to keep learning, stay updated, and you're good. So a day in the life of a mobile developer. So this is like this is more structured for like if you are a full-time developer, right? Not like freelancing. So there's like that stand-up meeting. It might be twice a week, once a week. It might be held in the morning or afternoon. It depends on the complete culture, right? So stand-up meetings is where you get to discuss the progress. Talks about you discuss the progress, the tasks you will be doing for the day. If you have any blockers, that's where you get to like discuss everything. So um, and then you spend significant portion of your day writing code or implementing fixtures, debugging issues, ensuring that the app functions correctly across different device and operating system. So different device and operating system if you're like a cross-platform developer. But if you're a native Android developer, you don't have to if you're a native developer, then you don't have to worry about different operating system, but you have to worry about different screen sizes. So your application have to be responsive, like emphasis on that. So it's not just about making UI, you have to make sure the UI is responsive. So, and then in some cases, you have to like collaborate with the designers and backend team to ensure that the app functionality and design align seamlessly. So there are some cases whereby backend will be requesting for different thing, and then the design has like a total different thing. I mean, there are cases like that. So in that case, you have to like collaborate with both of them. Be like, this is what the UI is. This is what we're asking the user to give us, and this is what the backend is requesting. So I think there's like a misalignment there, and then we have to like find a way to solve this and proceed, right? And collaboration also involves like reviewing PR, which is pull request, discussing design choices and resolving any inconsistency. So it's not everybody that gets to review a PR, but then if you're at that point, you might get to like review your colleagues' PR and then just go in there. You want to look for any abnormality in the PR and then be like, oh, you have to fix this. Oh, this looks good to me. So that's where we use the phrase "all GTM looks good to me," and that's it. But you don't just want to just GTM there every time. So you have to actually review. Um, and finally, even like while you're like a full-time developer or you're freelancing, when you already have that job, you still have to keep learning. So So you have to continue your learning journey by exploring new technologies, industry trend, best practices. And I mean, like the best practice comes like up like almost every time, especially if you're like working with like if you're working with like React or Flutter that they don't give you a structure to follow. You have to create your own structure. You have to, choose your own state management and the like. So with that, you have to keep yourself updated with like the industry standard, what people are using the most, and then get yourself familiar with that. You might even create your own. So yeah, because there's no without a predefined structure. Um. So thank you for coming to my pep talk. I'll be taking any questions if you have any. Do anyone have questions?
I don't have any question.
Obina, do you want to say something? I can hear you properly if you are
Okay.
speaking.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Thank you so much for this wonderful class. I'm really grateful for that, sir. The question I actually have in my mind, I dropped it on the WhatsApp group. It was about how we can grow from here, from a beginner to become a professional mobile app developers. So that's actually the main question on my mind.
Okay, so if I may ask, do you already choose a path? Like, do you want to go for like a native, um, you want to be a native developer, or you want to be a cross-platform developer, or you want to be both?
I want to be a cross-platform developer.
Okay,
Using
so
I'm interested in learning Flutter and that.
okay, that's good. I also write Flutter. That's a nice choice. So, Rome wasn't built in a day, so you cannot gain mastery also in a day. You have to stay focused. Follow the path and practice every day. So the more you are building applications, the more you'll be faced with new challenges and then a way to resolve them. So with that, you pick up new stuff, new way of doing things, and then you learn new things. So you learn by doing. Just have to keep building, 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 and building. And there's also like if you go on GitHub, you can just search Flutter roadmap GitHub. So you see a roadmap there. So it's kind of like highlight the stuff that you need to learn, right? And then if you already know them, great. If you don't, then oh, this is the next thing that I'm learning. So it kind of like give you this structural way, like structural steps that you have to follow. First one might be to learn that if you haven't learned that already. So you want to learn that to an extent before you even dive into Flutter. So after you understand that as a programming language, then you can pick up Flutter, and then from there you can decide to learn stuff like Method Channel, how to like talk with like the underlying OS, with Method Channel, um, and so on and so forth. So so I would say like you can just I can also like help you get the what you call the roadmap, and then I'll drop it on the group. But yeah, you want to get a roadmap that you want to follow, a structure stuff, and then you be like, okay, I want to learn this. Then after this, I'll move on to this. And while you are learning, you cannot just learn everything and not use it, or you forget. So while you are learning, you have to also keep building. So and another thing is this: you don't want to fall in the learning hell. Like just keep on learning, 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 learning. But you never like get to build anything. So you want to start building when you face a challenge or you have to implement new thing that you don't actually know anything about. Then you go on Google, search for how to implement that stuff. So, while you're searching, you are also getting experience. You also see like a whole lot of stuff that you don't need at that time, but then you get to read about them and know about them. So this is like one of the reasons why I prefer the traditional means of finding solution to problem compared to using AI, because AI will just give you like, oh, this is what you need to do, and that's it. You're not really learning anything. But then if you have to like go to Google and search for like a solution, you also see like different solutions to a different problem, and then you can just pick that up and be like, okay. So if I have this problem in the future, this is how I'm going to like approach it. So that's my own take on the question you asked. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other question? So do you have any other question? All right. So in the absence of no question, I think we would. Okay, I have a message. Okay, in the absence of no question, I think we'll just we'll end it here. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate you turning up, and I hope we have learned a thing or two from this session. God bless you all. Stay safe.